So the Dogras were the princely rulers of Kashmir, and they were basically given Kashmir by the British after they assisted the British in the Anglo-Sikh Wars of the mid-19th century. And so the Dogras were Hindu warlord family from the region of Jammu. And so within that princely state, the vast majority of the population was Muslim, but there were Buddhist and also Hindu minority communities as well. And the Dogras were Hindu. They were placed in power by the British, and the British had to find a way to legitimize their rule in the Jammu and Kashmir state because they were not native to the region. And so one of the ways that both the British as well as upper caste or Brahmin Hindu scholars at that time did that is to really assert a kind of Hindu-ness of the Kashmir region and present this narrative that only Hindus were kind of indigenous to the region. And so that narrative then basically allowed the Dogra state to provide patronage to Hindus, giving them land grants, and also providing patronage to their temples and other institutions, whereas Muslims, who were the majority of the population, were deliberately kept marginalized because the Dogras were always afraid that the Muslim majority population would rise up against them. And especially in the Kashmir Valley, if you can imagine, Kashmiri Muslims were not even allowed to bear arms because they were so worried that there would be some kind of rebellion. And so there was heavy taxation, in particular that Kashmiri Muslims faced. The economic conditions were horrible. The reason why there are so many people of Kashmiri descent in Punjab is because in the 1870s, there was a massive famine where much of the valley was basically wiped out because of the Dogra state's economic policies. And so many people actually fled to Punjab, and that's why you have so many people who do claim the sort of Kashmiri descent in Punjab today in Pakistan. So this was an attempt to really keep the Kashmiri Muslims economically deprived, socially deprived, politically deprived. And that sort of changes in the 1930s when there is Kashmiri Muslims who have left the state to get educated because they can't get their education within the state. So they go to places in Aligarh, in Lahore, they come back, and then they begin this, what Kashmiris see as a freedom struggle against Dogra rule. So at the same time that there's a anti-colonial agitation against the British across the subcontinent, in Kashmir, it's actually against Dogra rule.